Hello, friends. Good evening, all of you. I'm CA Meena Verma, and I'm your faculty for Strategic Cost Management and Performance Evaluation. And we were doing third chapter, Lean System and Innovation, in which we have studied various concepts. We have studied that before correcting the worker in the organization, we should first focus ourselves organizing everything. Okay, so organizing in any company, we should first organize everything, the system, the process, all the employee we have. We should first focus ourselves on that, and then the employees, those who are involved, they will ultimately improve themselves. Okay, so this is what W. Edward Deming has said, that 85% problem arises because of the poor system, process, and the system and management, while just 15% problem, 15% quality defects arises because of the people, the employees. Okay, so first try to focus on improving the entire system of the organization, the entire process of the organization, and the management of the company. We should first focus on all such things. Now today, the concept which we will cover in today's session will be Kaizen costing, 5S methodology. Okay, Kaizen costing, we will cover this concept in today's session. Then we will cover this 5S methodology. We will do the case studies and case scenarios related to this concept, and we will do some related questions. And if time will left, we will cover total productive maintenance. Okay, and in next session we will cover the Six Sigma topic and business process re-engineering. So in today's session, we will cover 5S methodology, Kaizen costing, and if possible, total productive maintenance, and the questions and case studies related to these topics. Okay, now Kaizen costing. I hope that this is what we have already discussed, that the Kaizen concept, the first time this strategy was developed by Taishi Ahono in Toyota company. In Toyota company, Takeshi Ahono, he first time introduced Kaizen costing. He was an engineer. Okay, he was an engineer, and he first gave this strategy in Toyota company after Second World War. Okay, and when this company, they have introduced the Toyota production system. During that phase, Taishi Ahono, he gave this principle, Kaizen costing. So this word Kaizen, this has come from, we know that it come from Japan. So obviously it's a Japanese word. Okay, now Kaizen in our book, it's a very small concept. Okay, you can see in your book that the concept is very small, while in Japan people do graduation and management courses over Kaizen costing. So I hope you can understand this is not a very small topic. Okay, I hope you people understand that Kaizen costing is not at all a small topic, a very small topic. Okay, though in our book it's not a very big topic. Okay, but people have done a lot of research on Kaizen. People have written lot of books on Kaizen costing. Okay, you can see on internet, you can see all these things. Okay, now let us understand what is Kaizen. Kaizen means change for betterment. See, Kai means change and Zen means for good. So combinedly, this word is Kaizen, and the meaning of this word is continuous improvement in any organization. Now see, we have already discussed this, that the foundation of Toyota production system, all the principles, 14 principles, you can see in Toyota production system there are 14 principles. So we have already discussed this, that all the 14 principles of Toyota production system, was the base of all those principles was given by Mr. W. Edward Deming. Okay, Mr. W. Edward Deming. So in second chapter, I think we have discussed this about continuous improvement. Okay, continuous improvement. We have already discussed that, and we have already discussed that that continuous improvement was given by Mr. W. Edward Deming. Okay, so what happened in case of Toyota company, Mr. Tahishi Ahono, he adopted the principle and philosophies given by W. Edward Deming, and then he do some improvement when he practically apply all these philosophy in his own organization. Okay, now, Kaizen means continuous improvement. We know the foundation of this strategy is W. Edward Deming. Now, here continuous improvement means the organization want to improve all its activity, everything in his organization, in their organization. Okay, so everyone's involvement is important. Okay, you have a big organization, so any change, any improvement cannot come from a single person. Any kind of improvement cannot come from a single person. So everyone who are involved in the organization, everyone's involvement is important for improvement. And improvement is required to be done every day, every second in the organization, and improvement is required to be done everywhere, every part, every system, every process, every activity of the business organization, everywhere. Okay, so this is what about Kaizen costing. We have already discussed that W. Edward Deming, he in his philosophy he said that expect from your employee to work slowly. Okay, gradually. Okay, don't force them to work more. Okay, don't overburden them with work. Okay, this is what we have already discussed in previous session, that don't overburden your employee. Okay, don't force them to work more. Okay, ask them to go slowly. Slow and steady will win the race. Okay, remember always, slow and steady will win the race. This was their thought. Okay, this was their thought, and they believe that if you do some little changes in your organization, that will help you a lot uh, for the improvement of your organization. Okay, so this was some base of your Kaizen costing. Okay, and if you will search this Kaizen costing, you will always see along with Kaizen, Kaizen is always symbolized by this tortoise. Okay, tortoise means why they are showing the symbol of tortoise in Kaizen costing, because they are saying that we want to improve our organization slowly, gradually. Okay, if people will work slowly and gradually, they will find the place where there is any kind of defects or any kind of problems. They can easily identify that, and then they can work on that to improve that situation. Can you give me example, ma'am? Yes, we have many example of Kaizen costing. I hope you can see the example. You can see Kaizen means such improvement which you will consider that this improvement is not help the organization significantly. Okay, but such small improvement everywhere in your organization will one day impact a lot. For example, we have an example. Previously, what happened before Kaizen? This was the condition of the organization. You were grinding something and you were doing this waste. Okay, and for cleaning this place, you need some people or some machine to clean this place. Okay, so this is a kind of waste which you were having earlier, previously, before implementation of Kaizen costing. Then after the implementation of Kaizen, what you have done? You have done nothing but a small change. You just have changed the shape of this. Okay, you change the shape of this, and with the help of which, what happened? The waste which you were incurring previously, now you can save that waste. Okay, so these changes, sometimes these changes are very small to observe. Okay, it's very small to observe, but such changes help a lot to improve the entire organization. Okay, now one more example. I have one more example of Kaizen costing. You can see here, this was the previous condition before Kaizen costing, and this is the condition after Kaizen costing. Okay, now what happened previously? What happened? Because of the level of this table, the table on which these two workers were working together. Okay, this was the level of the table. And one of the worker was of short height, another worker were of he was of higher height. Okay, now there was conflict between them. They were fighting with each other. The person who has high height, he was saying that please raise the level of the table so that I can work efficiently. Similarly, the person who was who had less height, he was fighting that please lower the level of the table so that I can do my work effectively. So this was result into a conflict between two people, the two people, those who are working in the organization for entire organization. Because of which, what happens, see, if there is any kind of conflict, this will result in a kind of politics in the organization. Okay, people will start doing politics in the organization, and this is not good for the organization, because we have already discussed that we need teamwork in the organization. People should work together for the organization. Okay, so in this case, if there was a conflict and we want to resolve that conflict, now see, sometimes this doesn't matter in organization, except especially in India, we don't observe such kind of things in the organization. Okay, we don't give importance to such kind of things. Okay, we just counsel them, and then ask them to work as the way they were doing. Okay, but what they have done, following the Kaizen costing, see what they have done. They have introduced the footstool for the person who was of lower height, and they have introduced one more stool on the table for the person who was of higher height. So you can see this was nothing but a small change. Such small change, sometimes we ignore such small change because we think that it will not impact the organization. But remember, even a small conflict will have impact on your entire organization. Okay, so we should try to find out the root of any kind of conflict, and we should try to solve that conflict at the place of their root. Okay. Okay, I want to see the queries also. So let me see the queries. Okay, so this is nothing but a small improvement in the organization. So what we are saying, that we don't want a big change in the organization, not a dramatic, not a drastic change in the organization, but we are just looking for small changes in the organization. We are just looking for small changes in the organization. So this is just an example of a small change. Okay, and such small change will one day result in big improvement in the organization. This will help to improve the overall productivity of the organization. This will help the organization in order to reduce or minimize the waste in the organization. Okay, so this is how Kaizen costing helped the organization in improvement. Okay. Now one more example. I have one more example of implementation of Kaizen costing. See what happened previously before Kaizen costing. This was the condition of the organization. This was the condition. Okay, the worker was unnecessarily overburdened with the work. Instead, such work can be easily done with the help of such kind of wheeler. Okay, so this is nothing but a small incremental changes which they have done in order to improve the entire organization. Okay, so this is how Kaizen costing helped the organization to improve. Okay. So this is a small incremental changes which we apply routinely every day during our activities. Okay, every day during the activity of the organization, we apply such changes routinely within the organization. Okay, and one day such small changes in the organization will impact in some bigger way. Okay, this will impact the organization in some bigger way. Okay, we have a live example. We all know that Japan was completely destructed. This country was completely destructed, but after the implementation of all the philosophy which was given by W. Edward Deming and Mr. Joseph M. Jurin, Dr. Joseph M. Jurin, after adopting their philosophy, Japan has become world's third largest economy. World's third class. This word world third largest economy. Okay, so this is how Kaizen costing helps the organization. So this is how Kaizen costing help the organization. Okay. So one more thing, see, I want to tell you one more thing. See, there are three type of improvement you will study in your subject. One is dramatic improvement. Dramatic improvement. One is drastic improvement. One is dramatic improvement, one is drastic improvement, and one is small incremental improvement. Okay, so Kaizen is nothing but small incremental improvement, but we will study later on some strategy with the help of which you can achieve dramatic improvement in your organization. Okay, and you will study in your subject some improvement which will help you in drastic improvement. See, there is difference between drastic improvement strategies with the help of which you can achieve drastic improvement in your organization. There are some strategy like business process re-engineering will help in dramatic improvement in your organization. Okay, so some strategy will help you in dramatic improvement, some strategy will help you in drastic improvement. Value engineering, Kaizen costing will help you small incremental changes. Value engineering, you will study this later on. This will help you drastic improvement, and business process re-engineering will help you in dramatic improvement. So these are some kind of improvement which you can achieve in your organization with the help of implementation of business strategies. Okay, with the help of implementation of business strategies. So, with the help of adopting Kaizen costing principle, Kaizen small incremental improvement. Okay, this will be a kind of gradual improvement in your organization. Okay, it encourage collective decision making in your organization. There are no limit to the level of improvement. Okay, and such improvement will help you in long term. Okay, this will help you in long term. With all these kind of improvement in your organization, you can eliminate all the wastage from the organization. And for this, for Kaizen costing, you need everyone's involvement in your organization. Everyone's, okay, all the employees, everyone's involvement in your organization. Okay, so this is what we have already started, that everyone's involvement is very important in case of Kaizen costing. Everybody's every day, okay, and everywhere in your organization. So this is all about Kaizen costing. This is all about Kaizen costing. Okay, I hope you understand. If you have any query, you can ask me. If you have any query, you can ask me. Okay. See, there is a query from Ambika. She is asking me that, ma'am, see, wait. She is asking me that whether the Kaizen is applicable in case of manufacturing units only, or we can apply this in service or professional organization. Okay, you can apply it anywhere. Okay, this philosophy you can apply anywhere. Okay, now next, 5S methodology. This is the next concept. We have 5S methodology. Now let us understand about 5S methodology. See, again, this 5S methodology was first introduced in Toyota company. can see here that most of your business philosophy was first introduced in Japan after after adopting the philosophies of W. Edward Deming and Joseph M. Jurin. And initially, all these philosophy was first used by Toyota company. Initially, you can see that most of the things like total productive system, 5S methodology, Kaizen costing, all these philosophy, all these strategies, they were first implemented in Toyota company, okay, by considering the base of W. Edward Deming. Okay, W. Edward Deming gave the base for all these strategies. Okay, now let us understand about the 5S methodology. What are these 5S methodology? You can ask me your query also. See, 5S methodology. In 5S methodology, you can see here that there are 5S. Okay, 5S. What are these 5S? In Japanese language, they call it Siri, Siten, Siso, Siketsu, and Shitseku. These are some 5 words. Okay, and the English translation of these Japanese word is Siri means sort, Siten means set in order, Siso means shine, Sikitsu means standardized, and Shitsuke means sustain. Okay, these are English translation of these Japanese word. Okay, now let us understand these words in detail. What are these words? See, first, 5S methodology. Why they are using this 5S methodology? In order to organize the workplace. Okay, they are saying that if you will organize your workplace, this will help you to identify the hidden problem in your organization. This will help you to uncover the hidden problems in your organization. So in order to identify the hidden problem, we need to apply this 5S methodology in the organization. Okay, so what is the first S in 5S methodology? What is the meaning of first S in 5S methodology? First S means sort. Sort means what? From the workplace, remove whatever you don't need. Okay, whatever the item you don't need. Okay, first of all, find all those items and remove that from the workplace. And keep only that item which is required in your workplace. So this is the meaning of sort in 5S methodology. Okay. Now next, 2S means, the second S means set in order. Okay, now set in order means first what we have done, whatever the item, whatever the things which were not required in the workplace, we have already removed that place. Now we have only the things which are required in the organization for doing the work. Okay, now the second step is set in order. Give a place to everything. Like, you know that this equipment will be placed at this place. Okay, you can find this thing at this place, this component at this place, this material at this place. Okay, so give place to everything. Okay, every object, give place. Okay, okay, you can even create shelf. Okay, and you can place the components or equipment. If you have different kind of components, you can place them in that shelf. Okay, so it means that this 5S methodology, you just can't apply this 5S methodology in any company or organization, but you can also apply the same 5S methodology in warehouse also. Okay, in case of warehouse also, you can first identify the product, the material which is required, and you can remove all the product which are obsolete, waste, or which do not require during the production. Okay, you can remove all such things from the organization. So 5S, in case this 5S methodology, you can apply this in any kind of company or organization, or you can apply the same thing in case of warehouse also. Okay, so first step was sort. Remove everything which is not required, keep all those things which is required to do the work. Okay, now the second S was to give place for everything. It's not like that you placed your product anywhere, okay, and that create a mess in your organization, and the employee is asking you, where is this equipment, where is this tool, okay, where is this component, he's asking you again and again. See how embarrassing it is if for example, if you have a big organization and there are thousands of employees working at the same organization, and everyone is coming to you and asking you, where is this component, where is that component, where is that tool. Okay, so how problematic such situation is, how difficult it is to deal with such situation. Okay, so the second S talk about give the place for everything. Okay, you should know that where you have to keep this tool, where you have to keep this component and all. Okay, now next is, after giving place to everything, you should uh, keep that place neat and clean. Okay, then so you should create a cleaning frequency for that place. Okay, so this third step will, the third S talk about shine. Shine means to clean everything, the place where you are working, clean that place. Okay, and this should be the habit of the employee to first, if you are coming to the organization, it should be your responsibility, it should be your habit to clean the place first and do your work later on. Okay, this should be your habit. Okay, such habit is required to be developed in the organization among all the employees. Okay, this should be the responsibility of every employees. Okay, so shine, simply shine without excuse. Okay, then set standard. Okay, standard means you should told all the employees, everyone should know that uh, that they should maintain the standard. Means they should first keep all the equipment which is required in the organization, all the equipment which is not required in the organization, don't keep that thing, equipment, tools or anything in the organization which is not at all required in the organization. Okay, then you should maintain the place for everything. Okay, the place you have given for all the equipment, all the parts, or all the components, you should maintain that. Okay, always keep the equipment, after using the equipment, after using the tools, you should place it at the same place as it is. Okay, so for that you have to you have to maintain, you have to set some standard, and you should expect from all of your employee to maintain that standards. Okay, now next is sustain. Okay, once you have established all these standards, then you have to sustain all these things. Okay, means sorting, then set an order, then the cleaning frequency you have set for the employees, you should sustain all these things. So these are all 5S methodology which you have in your course. Okay, the 5S methodology which we have in our course. Okay, now we have case study related to these two concepts. So let us discuss those case studies. These are the case study which we have, which is related to Kaizen costing and 5S methodology. So I want all of you to first read this case study. Okay, we have this case study, and I expect from all of you to please read it. I'm giving you time, 5 minutes to read this. Please read it. Read it. And in case if you have any doubt, you can ask me. You have any doubt, you can ask me. Read this question. I'm giving you 4 minutes to 5 minutes to read this question. Please read this question. You can see that this question, you have this question in page number 3.18. You can find this question in page number 3.18. You please read this question. If you have done this reading portion, please tell me that you have done the reading portion. Please tell me if you have done the reading portion. I'm waiting for all of you to reply me. Please read this question. I hope the question is visible to all of you. If you have done the reading, please let me know that you have read the question. Okay. Okay, reading, you have done the reading portion, but Anjali is asking me, ma'am, we have done the reading portion of this question, but we didn't understand how we can apply Kaizen costing here. Okay, so let us first understand, let us first read this question from my side, then let us understand how we can apply Kaizen costing here. Okay, we have a company, M India Limited, which is an automobile manufacturer in India. Okay, which is a subsidiary of Japanese automobile and motorcycle manufacturer, Lion. Okay, the name of the head office, the main company is Lion. Okay, now it manufactures and sell a complete range of car from the entry level to hatchback to sedan. So see, they are making all kind of cars from entry level to hatchback to sedan. All kind of cars they are manufacturing. Okay, now has present they have present market share of 22% in India. In India, they have 22% share of market. Okay, the market share of 22% of Indian passenger car market. Okay, now M India Limited uses a system of standard costing to set its budget. So see, they are using, they are not using Kaizen costing, but they are using standard costing. See, this is a traditional method. This comes under traditional cost management, applying the standard costing. Budgets are set semi-annually. In case of standard costing, what happened? They set the budget on semi-annually basis. Okay, and who were setting the budget? The finance department of the organization. After taking the approval of board of director, they set the budget for the organization. Okay, this is mentioned here. Okay, see what is mentioned here. The finance department, they set the budget semi-annually, not monthly. They set the budget semi-annually by taking the approval of board of directors. See, read the question very carefully. Okay, read it very carefully. Now what happened? The finance department prepare a variance report each month for review in the board of. See what happened. First they set the budget on semi-annual basis after taking the approval of board of director. Then what happened? They prepare the variance report on each month. Okay, they prepare the budget on semi-annual basis and they prepare the report on monthly, the variance report. Since they are following the standard costing, this is a traditional method. Okay, and after preparing the variance report, they then send this variance report to the director of the company, the board of director of the company. They then send it to the board of director of the company. Okay, this is what happening here, where the actual performance is compared with the budgeted figures. So this is all they have talked about standard costing, not Kaizen costing. Okay, you are asking me how can we apply Kaizen costing here? Okay, they have all talked about standard costing. Okay, they have all talked about standard costing. Okay, now let us read further. Mr. Suzuki, Group CEO of the Lion, the main company. Okay, the main company the CEO of the main company, he is of the opinion to apply Kaizen costing. Okay, should be implemented as a system of planning and control in the M India Limited. Now you have to recommend the key changes vital to M India Limited planning and control the system to support the adoption of Kaizen costing. Now you are saying, ma'am, how can we apply Kaizen costing here? We have studied in Kaizen costing that Kaizen costing is small incremental changes, the small incremental improvement we apply everywhere in the organization. Means we always try to explore the opportunity in the organization to find the place where we can apply this Kaizen cost, where we can do such incremental change. So Kaizen costing means nothing but doing incremental, small incremental changes is Kaizen costing. Okay, now let us understand why they are comparing this with standard costing. They are talking about standard costing. See, let me first discuss the difference between them. See, standard, what happened in case of standard costing? Let me discuss this difference. It's very important topic. Okay, standard costing. Okay, you can write it somewhere. If you want to write it, you can write it somewhere. Standard costing and Kaizen costing. What is the difference between them? Let us first talk about it. Let us understand the difference between standard costing and Kaizen costing. See, what happened in case of Kaizen costing? This involved nothing but cost control. Cost control. I hope we have discussed this in previous session. What is cost control? What is the meaning of cost control? Cost control means setting the standards, setting the budget or standard first. Then the organization will incur the actual expenses, like they have set the material which is required to produce the finished good. Then they will actually consume the material for producing the finished good, or the standard price for buying the material. Then they actually incur the actual price for buying the material. Okay, so this is how the standard and actual will incur in the organization. Then what happened, because of which the variance will arise in the organization. Okay, variance will arise in the organization. I hope you have done all these things in CA Inter. Okay, so standard costing is nothing but it's a method of controlling the cost, because once you will find the variance, okay, then what will happen, you will try to find out the way to remove all these variants. Okay, to remove all these variants. After finding the variance, you will try to find out the way to remove all these variants. Now see, this is a reactive approach. I hope you understand the meaning of reactive approach. This is a reactive approach. The organization already have the problem. Okay, now since already the organization already have the variances, the organization already have the problem. Now what are you trying to do? You are trying to find out the way to remove that problem. Okay, so, problem might be of any type, like you are using more quantity of raw material than the set standards, okay, set budgets, or your price of material is more than as expected, okay, as budgeted, or the rate of labor is more than as budgeted, okay, or any other thing which we have studied in standard costing. Okay, so this is a way to control the cost. What you are doing here, you are trying to control the cost. This is all about standard costing. Okay, and remember, it's a traditional method, traditional cost management. This will come under traditional cost management. This will all come under traditional cost method. It's a traditional method. Can you talk about strategic cost management? See, let me first talk about strategic cost management. What happened in case of strategic cost management? So in case of strategic cost management, we will try to reduce the cost, not control the cost. We will try to find out the way to reduce the cost. Now for this, what is the meaning of reducing the cost? It means that we will try to improve the value for the customer, and along with improving the value for the customer, we will try to find out the way to reduce the cost. Okay, so we are not just focusing on controlling the cost. Okay, we are focusing here on improving the value which we will give to the customer, for which the customer is willing to pay us. Okay, so you are not just improving the value for the customer, but you are also trying to reduce the cost. Okay, you're also trying to reduce the cost. So this is about strategic cost management. This happen in strategic cost management. And see, for this, what we have studied about value chain analysis. We have studied about value chain analysis and various strategies which are there in our syllabus, which help us to improve the value and reduce the cost. Okay, I hope you understand. This is the meaning of strategic cost management. Now, what happened in this case? In case of Kaizen costing, this is also a part of strategic cost management. It's a strategy. In this case, what happened? This is a reactive approach, but Kaizen costing is a proactive approach. Reactive means what? The problem has already done by the organization. Now you are trying to find out the way to remove the problem. But applying Kaizen costing is a proactive approach. Okay, you will find the root of the problem, and somehow you will try to find out all the root of the problem, and you will implement small changes in your organization, and all such small changes will help you to improve a lot. Okay, so this is all about Kaizen costing. So which method is good? Applying standard costing is good, or applying Kaizen costing is good? See, it's a proactive approach. Problem do not arise in the organization. You have already find the way to remove the problem. You have already find the way to reduce all kind of waste. We have studied about it. You will already find, you through Kaizen costing, you will already find the way to reduce all those 7 deadly wastage which we have studied. You will already find the way to remove all such kind of things. Okay, so it's a proactive approach. Okay, you are what happened in this case, that you are trying to remove all the problems before it arise in your organization. So which approach is good? Tell me. Kaizen costing approach is good, or applying the standard costing is good? Okay, tell me. Tell me which portion is good. I'm waiting for you. I think there is some delay in receiving your answer. Okay, so in this answer, they have discussed with you about the standard costing, and it is the same thing, controlling the cost, and then they will discuss with you about the Kaizen costing. Okay, so what is the requirement of the question? The requirement of the question is to recommend key changes vital to M India Limited plan and control, the key changes which is required in the organization. So you can see here what was previously happening in the organization. In case of standard costing, you can see here in the question what happened. They set the budget on semi-annual basis. You can see in the question it is mentioned semi-annual basis. They set the budget on semi-annual basis. Then they find the variance. See, they find the variance on monthly basis. Okay, they find the reason of variance, and they try to find out the way to remove all those variances. Okay, and one more problem is present here, that the involvement of board of director. See, the involvement of board of director, which is very bad. See, the involvement of the people. See what happened in case of Kaizen costing. In case of Kaizen costing, involvement of everyone. whatever decision you are taking for the organization, everyone's involvement is important, especially the people, those who are working. Okay, the people who are actually doing the production, those people, those who are actually involved in operating activities. Okay, their involvement is very important for taking any kind of decision. While what happened in previous strategic cost manage, sorry, traditional cost management, the previous approach, standard costing, what happened in previous approach, standard costing, every time for setting the budget you are taking the approval of board of director, for finding the variance and reporting the variance you are giving the report to the board of director, means the involvement of board of director is much. Okay, while for any kind of improvement in the organization, the employee of actual people, those who are working, okay, the people who are actually working, the involvement of all those people is very important. Okay, so this is all about Kaizen costing. So these are the changes which is actually required in the organization. Instead of finding the variance on monthly basis, try to find out the variance either on daily basis or on weekly basis. Reduce this time. Find it as quick as possible. Try to find all those variants as quick as possible. Okay, reduce this time. Try to find the variance as soon as possible. Instead of involvement of the board of director, involve all the people who are actually involved in operating activity. Okay, so you can see that how, why it is important to follow strategic cost management. See, this question will tell us that why it is important to follow strategic cost management, why traditional cost management is not good. Taking the decision considering traditional cost management is not good. See, these are small things. Okay, but if you will consider all these small things which we generally ignore in our organization, sometimes what happen, if people, if the employees are fighting with each other, generally we ignore, we call them and we tell them that please try to solve this at your own, okay, at your own level, try to solve this problem, okay, at your own level. We generally ignore, generally the top management, they ignore all such kind of fights. Okay, but in Kaizen costing, what they are trying to do, they are trying to improve everything, even a small conflict between the employee, they try to improve that. Okay, so this is, you can see that how beautiful all these strategies are, though these are negligible things. Okay, generally we neglect all such kind of things, but how these small things will help the organization, will help to improve the organization. Okay, so this is all about implementation of Kaizen costing. Okay, I hope you understand the changes which is required from traditional following the strategic cost management to following the strategic cost, from following the traditional cost management to strategic cost management following the Kaizen costing. I hope you understand why Kaizen costing is mentioned here in this question. Okay, is there any doubt? Please tell me if you have any doubt. If you have any doubt, please tell me. So you can see how beautiful these strategies are. How beautiful these strategies are. Kaizen costing is good. Yes, you people are replying me. Kaizen costing is good. Strategic cost management approach is good. Okay, so I hope you understand. See, while you read this question, this entire subject, you will find these are very small things. Okay, these, all these strategies are very small things. We generally ignore all such kind of things in the organization, but generally these small things will result in big conflict in the organization. Okay, so we should try to find out the root cause of any problem, every problem, root cause of the problem, and instead of waiting for becoming it a big problem, we should try to solve it from the root. Okay, from the beginning, try to solve it from the beginning. And that is why we are saying that it's a proactive approach. This is not a reactive approach. Generally what happens, generally we follow this reactive approach. Okay, the problem will already arise in the organization, then we will try to find out the way to resolve that problem. So generally what happen in any organization, they follow the reactive approach, but strategic cost management is a proactive approach. Okay, they follow such beautiful strategies that no such kind of problem will arise in the organization. I hope you understand. If you want me to read the solution, let us read the solution. Okay, let us read the solution. So they are saying that Kaizen costing. First of all, they are defining what is Kaizen costing. They are just different. They are just giving you the definition of Kaizen costing. Kaizen costing is nothing but small incremental changes applied in the organization. Okay, so the word meaning of Kaizen costing is continuous improvement. Okay, and it is small incremental changes applied everywhere in the organization. Okay, so target one set at the beginning of the year or the activities are updated continuously. See, generally what happen in standard costing, they set the target semi-annually basis. See, half half years, huh? They set the target for complete half years, 6 months. Instead, in Kaizen costing, they are setting the target. They are setting the target once, but they keep on continuously improve them. Okay, they updated them continuously. They keep on updating their own target continuously. Okay, this is not good, this target is not good, let us improve it. No, this target is not good, let us improve it. So they continuously improve their own targets. Okay, so this is what happened in case of Kaizen costing. Okay, see, standard costing is based on cost control, not cost reduction. See, I want to change this word here. Okay, it was correct. So previous was standard cost control method. Standard costing was cost control method. Now they are trying to switch themselves to cost reduction method. Okay, so you can see here all those things which we have discussed is written here, that what is cost control, setting the standards, okay, budgets, then the actual expenditures will arise in the organization, comparing them, variance will arise, then you will evaluate all the variance and try to find out the problem and then try to resolve that problem. Okay, so this is what happened in case of standard costing. Okay, in case of Kaizen costing, you are trying to reduce the cost, not try to control the cost. Okay, you can see here it is mentioned that they are setting the target on semi-annual basis, which is wrong. You should set the target and continuously improve them. And they are saying instead of finding the variance on monthly basis, try to find out the variance on daily basis or weekly basis. Okay, so in the book it is mentioned as month, but this should be a day or a week. Okay, this should be a day or a week. Try to reduce the frequency of finding the problems. Okay, then participation of everyone is important, not just the board of director. Okay, just the board of director, involvement of just the board of director is not good. We need a teamwork in the organization, and for the teamwork, involvement of everyone is very important in the organization. So I hope you understand all these things. I hope you understand. Okay, now let us do a question which is related to 5S methodology. Okay, is there any query? If you people have any query, you can ask me. Okay, it is clear to all of you? Yeah. Okay, now let us understand the meaning of 5S methodology. What is 5S methodology? We have already discussed that in order to uncover the hidden problem in the organization, okay, we should apply this 5S methodology. Okay, uncover the hidden problem. Means what? We don't even know that there are some problem in the organization, but once you will organize everything properly in your company, then what happen, you can even find some hidden problem which was not previously visible to the organization. Okay, so we have two case study, two questions related to this. So I want all of you to read these two questions. Okay, first let us do this question, then the next question. A very small question, but this is a question from May 2018 revision test paper. A small question. Let us do this first. I want all of you to read this question. I'm giving you time to read this question. Read it. Read it. And if you have done the reading, please let me know. If you have done the reading portion, please tell me that you have read. You have done the reading. If you have done the reading, please let me know. Small question from 5S methodology. Now, I hope you can think that why you are applying Kaizen, why are you applying 5S methodology? What are the problem in traditional methods? See, for writing the answer of 5S methodology, you should remember all the steps you have in your book written in 5S methodology. Okay, so it's very easy. I think and this is not difficult. See, if you want me to revise, let us revise that. Okay. What are the steps in 5S methodology? First step, remove everything which you do not require, which are not required at the place of work. Okay, remove all those things from the workplace. Okay, then set in order, give the place for everything in your organization. Then set the cleaning frequency and give the responsibility of everyone in your organization to do this cleaning process. Then set the standard in your organization in order to maintain everything, the sorting process. Okay, then to set in order, then shine. To maintain all these three things, you have to set the standard in your organization. Then you have to sustain all these things. These are the steps, okay, in 5S methodology. You have to remember them if you want to write these things in your answer. Let us understand the question and then let us understand how to write the answer. Okay, so they are talking about a CA form, chartered accountant form, a very interesting question. Okay, this is something related to us. Okay, Y&E CA chartered accountant, it's a CA firm, chartered accountants offer a wide range of specialized multidisciplinary professional services that meet the immediate as well as the long-term business needs of the client. Okay. Then one of the partner E was upset with office documentation. Okay, he is upset that the documentation process in the organization is not good. Okay, and see, first you were asking me that whether we can apply the Kaizen in service sector or not, or professional sector or not, whether we can apply this 5S methodology in service sector or professional sector or not. So you can see here, this is an example of professional, a profession in which we are. Okay, so they are applying 5S methodology here. So it means that we can apply these things in service sector also. Okay, in professional sector also. So now he is saying that the partner is not happy with the process of documentation, the way they have kept the documents in their organization. See, it is very important in case of a CA firm or in case of a law firm. Okay, it's very important for them to keep the document properly. Okay, it's very important for them keeping the document properly. Either in case of physical document which they have in their office or the soft copies they have in their laptop. See, it is very messy now if we keep our document anywhere. Okay, then it's very difficult to find the documents. Okay, for example, if I made some PPT, some presentation, and then I didn't place it at right place, then what happened? I will spend more time to find out my PPT. Okay, I will try to find the PPT on my hard disk, then I will try to find it on my various drive of my laptop. So this is what happened. I will waste my time. And what is the main concept of strategic cost management? Try to reduce the waste. Wasting time is not good, because if you are wasting the time, you will waste other resources also. Okay, so 5S methodology will help you to reduce your waste, to eliminate all the hidden problem you have in your organization. Okay, now E, the partner who is upset with the way of keeping the documents, he argued that a document management solution is needed. Okay, they need to manage the document. There is need of managing. See, there is need to manage the documents. Okay, in order to increase the efficiency of the people, those who are working in the organization. See, this is what I have already discussed you. See, if I will keep my book anywhere, how difficult it is to find my book. If I know that in this cupboard, in second shelf on right side, I will keep my law book. Okay, in third shelf on left side, I will keep my direct tax book. On fifth shelf, I will keep my costing book. Okay, in this way I know the place of my book, so it's very easy to find out the books. And even it is easy if I ask someone else, like I ask my mom to give me my book, how easy it is for her also to give me the book. I will ask my mom to remove my book. I will say, oh ma, please go to the second shelf of the almirah, right hand side there is a book of law. It is very easy for her also to remove the book. Okay, so if you will give this right, if you will give this place for everything in your organization, then it is very easy for you to find that place, find that thing again, and it is very easy to ask someone else to find that thing for you. Okay, so it's very easy, and this will help you to reduce the time of your own and the other person also. And time is nothing. If you will waste the time, other resources will also get waste. Okay, so if you're saving the time, it means that you are trying to reduce the waste in your organization. Okay, I hope you understand why is there need to apply 5S methodology. Okay, the senior partner, now they are saying that the senior partner Y has recently attended a seminar. Okay, now E is upset and see Y is trying to give the solution. Okay, now senior partner Y has recently attended a seminar on lean system and heard about 5S methodology. Okay, he said that old file, hide the key files from the eye and focus the staff and forces staff to ask which to use. Accordingly, he desired to implement 5S methodology. So he's saying that generally what happened, your one thing or your one product, your one tool or component will hide some other tool or component. Okay, so because of which, see, if you will keep your thing in a messy way, okay, you don't place everything, you don't keep your product or your component at right place, and you keep them in messy way, then what happened? If you will ask your mom, please, I'm not at home, please, I need my law book, can you give my law book to my friend? Okay, my book is in bookshelf, please find it. See, now how difficult it is for my mom to find the book. Okay, my old book will hide my new book. Okay, one book will hide some other book, and it is very difficult to find the book. See, so why, I hope you understand why there is need to implement 5S methodology, so that it help us to find that thing, the component tool, whatever which is required easily. Okay, so I hope you understand why there is need to implement 5S methodology in any organization. Okay, why it is important to implement 5S methodology. Yes, you can apply. See, what, this is what I have told you in first session, that this subject will help you to become from zero to hero. Okay, this will make you smart. This entire subject will help you to become, to do your work in a smarter way. Okay, so this subject, the strategies which you are studying, you just can't apply these strategies in any business organization or company. You can apply this in your own personal life also. Okay, they're talking about teamwork, they're talking about building relationship, they're talking about keeping the thing in organized way. See, all these things will help you personally also, in your personal life. They will help you a lot. So I hope you understand all these things will help you personally also. So this is a question from Kunal. He's asking me, it means ma'am we can use this in our studies? See, you can use it anywhere. Okay, in your personal life also. Okay, Kunal is asking me some question related to Kaizen. I will take it later on. Okay, more question. There are more queries. I will take it. These queries are related to Kaizen costing. I will take it later. I think there is some problem in receiving the queries from your side. Okay, there is some technical problem because the queries are coming late to me. I'm reaching these query late. So I will take it later on. Okay, there is some delay. Okay, in receiving the queries. Okay, now let us understand the implementation of 5S methodology in a CA firm. How can they apply this 5S methodology in CA firm? Okay. Okay, now let us understand this. See, they want to implement 5S methodology. 5S methodology will help them to uncover the hidden problem they have in the organization and to find the thing at right time, means reducing the waste. This will help them to reduce the waste, means this will help them to save the cost of the organization. Okay, so generally what happen in case of CA firm, there are huge amount of paperwork. Okay, there are huge amount of documentation, and this is not only make the process slow, and because of which keeping the documentation, see, this is what I have faced personally many time in my own personal life. Keeping the document, preparing the PowerPoint, these presentation for all subject, for your all subject, all topic. Okay, preparing these word file, keeping them in organized way is not an easy task. See, it's very difficult, and it take a lot of time. Okay, see, I have taken my class for revisionary class. I have taken revisionary classes, then second first session, now this is second session, and in every session I do some improvement. Okay, so it's very difficult for me to keep them in organized way. Okay, and it slow down my process, so I need to apply this 5S methodology in my own personal life also. Okay, and this, if I will apply 5S methodology, this will help me to remove the errors, defects, and all kind of problem, and this will help me to reduce my time. This will help me to save my time. Okay, this will help me to save my time. Okay, time is very precious for all of us. 5S is a method of both cleaning out the working area and maintaining the cleanliness. Now let us understand these meaning of these 5S. Okay, these 5 steps. Okay, first is sort. Remove all unnecessary files. Sometimes this happen now. See what I have told you right now, that I keep on improving my own material. Okay, you can see my material is quite different from the previous one. Okay, and if you will see more, that material is different from the first revisionary classes. So I keep on improving my own material. So it means that my old material is now obsolete for me because I have done a lot of improvement in new material. So old material is irrelevant for me. So there is need to remove all unnecessary file which I have in my laptop or my hard disk. I need to remove them. Okay, so first step is to sort, means remove all unnecessary file you have, all unnecessary paper you have, all unnecessary books you have in your home. You know that the syllabus it change with time, so there is no need to keep those traditional books. Okay, those traditional costing books, okay, we don't need to keep them. All these things have improved a lot, so new thing has come. So you should know that there is no need to keep all unnecessary books, paper, file, documents, and all in the work area. So sorting is needed in order to remove all the unnecessary things we had. Remove that from your house. Okay, remove that from the organization. We don't need that. Okay, then only keep only those files, those paper, books, documents which is required to do the work. Okay, I'm teaching you, so I keep only those documents which is required by me for teaching you people. Okay, so I keep all those things. Okay, this will help me to organize my workplace, and I arrange all the important documents now I have. Okay, so now in my workplace I have only the relevant things. Okay, I don't have any irrelevant thing which is not at all required by me anyhow. Okay, now next is set in order. If you have any doubt, you can ask me related to 5S methodology. If you people have any doubt related to 5S methodology, you can ask me. Okay, now next is set in order. Set in order means the books you have physically, or the documents you have physically, or the documents you have in soft copy in your laptop or hard disk. Arrange them, set them in order, make your file like A, B, C, D, give them category. Okay, like if you store your product in warehouse, you create shelf. If you store your books in cupboards, you have different shelf. You know that in upper shelf you will keep these old books which required some time for some kind of reference. Then second shelf I will keep my very easy subject kind of books, okay, those which required less revision. Okay, then third shelf, fourth shelf, I will keep all those books which is required by me to do frequently revision frequently, that will help me to revise the subject frequently. I will keep all those things near me. Okay, this is how I will keep the things. Okay, so this is, I will create a category of my own product. Okay, I will create the category, the product which is required very frequently, like every day I will keep them near me. Okay, the product which is required on yearly basis, I will keep them far away. The product which is required on monthly basis, I will keep them in between somewhere. Okay, so this is how first I will create the category of my own product or tools or documents or component or anything. Then I will find the place for all those things, and then I will keep them at that place. So this is what happened in while doing set in order. Okay. Okay, now remember, right file should be saved in right folder. Always remember. Okay, and for this we will maintain standards. Okay, now next is shine. Now here in case of documentation, what does the meaning of shine? Clean the work area, keep it safe. Okay, shining also involve inspection of the process of the area. You can check your own process, the process you have set. Okay, you can see that whether these things are in good condition or not. Okay, so make the habit of every employee to clean the area. Now, what is the meaning of cleaning? See, if in case I have any old file, I should not keep two files together in my laptop. Okay, so if I have any duplicate file, I will check those two files, I will compare them, the data they have, then I will delete one of the file. Don't keep the duplicacy. Okay, so for this you can do, you can write this point here. Okay, you can delete the unimportant file permanently from your desktop or your laptop. Okay, so this is what happened in case of shine. In case if you have this CA form, if we are talking about CA form and we are talking about the documents, soft copies, we can remove all unimportant file. We can delete all unimportant file. Then we can set standards that yes, you should keep all these things every time here. Okay, then you will maintain that standards. Okay, for lifetime you will maintain that standards. Okay, so I hope you understand this question. Is there any query related to this question? You can ask me. And let me take your queries also. You have asked me question related to Kaizen also. Okay, there is no query. Okay, so there was some question related to Kaizen costing. Let me take those query also, which was related to this Kaizen costing. So Ambika, she is asking me, ma'am, Kaizen costing is also used to continuous improvement of value-added activities. I didn't get your query. Ambika? Okay, but let me explain you. I understand what you mean to ask me. See, what happened in value chain analysis, in case of value chain analysis, you try to find out all the value added activities and non-value added activities. Non-value added activity is nothing but waste, and you try to remove them completely. You always try to remove them completely from your business organization, and you focus yourself here. Okay, you focus yourself at this place. So now see the value chain analysis. You remove all the waste from the organization, all the non-value added activities from the organization. Now see, this is not a one-time process. finding the non-value-added activity, finding the waste is not a one-time process. This is a continuous process. Okay, so you can apply the Kaizen here. Okay, the continuous improvement, you can apply it here. Okay, or in continuous improvement we do these things like value chain analysis. We find the all kind of wastage, the no, the problem we have in the organization, and we try to improve that. Okay, so yes, these two topics are somehow related to each other. I think your query is resolved, Ambika. um, See, there is a query from Kunal. Kunal asked me that, ma'am, there is a query from Kunal. He's asking me that it means, this query is related to Kaizen costing. He's asking me, it means, ma'am, 1 minute, sorry. This is a query from Kunal from Mumbai. Okay, there are two Kunal, one from Faridabad and one from Mumbai. So this is a query from Mumbai. Kunal, he's asking me how to recommend with reason to apply Kaizen costing. How to recommend to apply Kaizen costing. So you can see the reason of applying Kaizen costing here. Previously, what happened, you were setting the budget semi-annual basis, you were finding the variance on monthly basis, then you were giving the recommendation, which was a reactive approach. The problem has already taken place in the organization. Now you are trying to find out the way to reduce that problem. What if you don't allow the problem to arise in the organization? You don't allow to arise the problem in the organization, which is a Kaizen costing principle, okay, which is a strategic cost management. Okay, you don't allow the problem to arise in the organization, which is a proactive approach. Okay, so this is how. See, we have many reasons. Okay, in the answer there are some limited point given. Okay, but you can write many more points also. Okay, so there are many reasons you want to apply this Kaizen costing. First reason, board of director. Involvement of board of director is not good. Involvement of everyone is important. Especially those who are actually working. Okay, the people, those who are actually working, their involvement is very important for any kind of decision. So involvement of everyone is important. Otherwise, this firm will be a dictatorship kind of firm. This will be a boss. Instead, here you are doing leadership. W. Edward Deming. Don't be a boss. Okay. So you can find there are many reasons. It's a proactive approach. While it's a reactive approach, there are many reasons because of which we are applying Kaizen costing, strategic cost management. Many reasons, not just one reason. Okay, I hope you understand. Now we have a question. This question is related to 5S methodology. Big question. Okay, I need all of you to read this question. Go through this question. I'm giving you 5 minutes or 10 minutes to read this question. I want all of you. This is a question from May 2020 revision test paper, and this question was based on 5S methodology. And I want all of you to read this question. Okay, I want all of you to read this question, and for this, I'll give you five or 10 minutes to read it. Read it. Read this question. In between, you can ask me question, because I want all of you to do this question, to apply your brain to do this question. This question is related to 5S methodology. This question is related to 5S methodology. Read this question. I'm giving you 5 minutes to read this question. Read this question. A very good question. नहीं नहीं नहीं, ब्रेक नहीं है. मैंने बच्चों को क्वेश्चन दिया है पढ़ने के लिए, ठीक है। You can ask me your queries also, and please read this question. I know it's a lengthy question, and you need time to read this question. I want all of you to please read question very carefully. If you understand the concept, it's very easy to understand the case study and case scenario. Okay, so please read it. Okay, you want me to zoom the file. Actually, in that case, let me do one thing. 2 pages. Is it possible to do it in 2 pages? No, no, no. Okay. Okay, this question is not in your book. You can do one thing, take a screenshot. If it is possible for you, take a screenshot. Or what can I do? I hope it is readable to all of you. It is readable. See, this question is from RTP revision test paper, May 2020. I'm sure this question is from Kunal from Faridabad. I'm so sure that this question is from RTP May 2020. If you have that May 2020 RTP, you can easily find it in that. Okay, I'm very sure this question is from May 2020 RTP. I want all of you to read this question. Okay, you can do one thing. You can take a screenshot. If it is possible for you, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot if it is possible. Otherwise, let me try to do this so that you can read it. I hope now you can read the entire question. Now you can read the entire question. 1 page. Read this question. Try to understand this question. This question is based on 5S methodology. Very easy. See how easy it is to write the answer. It's very easy. The subject is very easy. You just need to understand the concept. Okay, just understand the concept well, and it's very easy to write the answer of these questions. Okay, most of the portion of the answer is given in the question. Most of the portion of answer is given in the question, so it's very easy to write the answer of these questions. It's readable. Read it. Read this question. If you have done the reading, let me know. Okay, tell me when you have done the reading. Okay. You are asking me the time. I think this question is of 20 marks. Okay, this question is of 20 marks. In the examination, it comes of 20 marks question. So I think this is, and see, it's very easy to write the answer of 20 marks question, case study. It's very easy to do this question. Okay. You can see here that you can find 40% of your answer, 45% of your answer written in the question, and 40% from your book, the knowledge which you have from the book, and just 10% your own logic. See how easy it is to write these things. Very easy. Okay. So it's very easy to get that 20 marks. Read this question and please tell me if you have done the reading portion. Please let me know that you have done the reading. Please tell me if you have done the reading of this question. If you have done, please tell me. Okay, Kunal is writing from Faridabad, he's saying, ma'am, done this reading portion, but कुछ समझ नहीं आया. Okay, no problem. Let us understand this question. Okay, then you can read it again. Okay, I'll give a break to read it again. Okay, first let me explain this question. Okay, it's very easy. Let us read this question. How easy it is to read this question. Keep the 5S methodology in your brain and then read this question. Okay. Okay. What is the first point? Pavilion Limited. The name of the company, Pavilion Limited, deals in manufacturing of cycles. Recently, name is right. Recently, apart from manufacturing cycles, new business P Limited entered into the business. Okay. I think the name is different in this question. P Limited, instead of P Limited, instead of Gold Star Limited at this place, we can write P Limited. Okay, I don't know how this mistake. Oh, sorry for this. Okay, so the name of the company here is P Limited. Okay, so what happened in this case? P Limited, this company, it deals with manufacturing of cycles. Cycle, you know, the normal cycle which the kids they use. Okay, cycle, they manufacture normal cycle. Okay, that Atlas type cycle. Okay, recently, apart from manufacturing cycles, they entered in a new business. Okay, previously what happened, they were manufacturing old traditional cycles. I hope you understand old traditional bicycles they were manufacturing. Okay, but now what happened recently, they have entered into a new business. What is their new business? P Limited entered into the business of assembling the electric bike. Okay, so this is their new business. See, what was their previous business? Their previous business was to manufacture the cycle. They were manufacturing cycle. Create the picture in your brain. Previously, they were manufacturing Atlas type cycle. Okay, traditional bicycles. Now, what they are trying to do? They are trying to make electronic bikes. Now, they are trying to make electronic. See, electronic bikes are not very famous in our country. Okay. Now, they are trying to manufacture electronic bikes. Okay. No, sorry, they are not manufacturing, they are assembling. I'm using a wrong word. They have entered into a new business of, this is their new business. They are not manufacturing, they are assembling. Okay. They are assembling means they are buying the material from different vendors, the material, and they assemble it and they sell that product. Okay, like this, they are doing something like this. Okay. Hence, now what happened previously in the working area, they were just doing one work which was related to manufacturing of cycle, but now at the same place they are assembling the motorbikes. Okay, see, it is mentioned here. Now what happened, hence production floor largely remain over occupied with all sort of materials. Now what happens, since they have increased their production, previously they were manufacturing just one cycle, but now they are manufacturing motorbikes also, electronic bikes also. So because of which they need more material for manufacturing this new finished good, they need more materials. Okay, so now what happened, their area was limited. They didn't explain anything about area, means they didn't mention you that with the expansion of new business, they are buying some new business unit or new factory. They didn't mention it. So it means that they are doing the new business at the same place. And it is also mentioned because of which this place is over occupied now, over occupied with the raw materials, okay, which is required for assembly of this electronic bike. It is mentioned here. Okay, see, you can read it here. Okay, so because of which, hence they are writing here that hence production floor remains over-occupied with all sort of these materials are required to produce the finished goods, material, jigs, and tools. Some of them are frequently used, some of are often used, and other are less often used. Even some are quite rare. Up see, this is what we can apply in 5S methodology. They have different kind of tools, overcrowded, same place. You can imagine like you have a cupboard and you have put all your books like this messy way, and that shelf is overcrowded with your books. Okay, same thing happen here. Okay, you can see the pictures we have here. Okay, we have a picture at this place. You can see, uh, you can imagine this condition. Okay, you have put your equipment, all things in a messy way, you didn't organize them. Okay, so this is what actually happening here. Okay, while there is a condition that some items is required very frequently, some items are required less frequently, and some items are very often required. Okay, so these there are category of the equipment which is required to manufacture the finished good. There are category of equipment. Okay, so it means you can apply 5S methodology. Okay, now worker usually complain. What happened in this organization? Worker usually complain that all categories of jigs and tools are not available. Okay, they say, oh, this product is not available, this component is not available. Like what happened in your house, you are out of the home and you ask your mom, can you go to my bookshelf and can you help me to find my law book and give it to my friend? See what happened in case of a mess, it is very difficult for your mother to find your law book. Okay, it's very difficult for her. Okay, if, and it's more difficult if she is a science student and you are asking for your law book, okay, for your account book, it's very difficult for her to find the book. Okay, so since it is in a messy way, you don't know the exact location of your book and you're asking your mom from remote area, ma'am, please can you help me to find my law book? It's very difficult for your mother to find your law key book. Okay, so same condition is arising here, and because of your mom is saying that you don't have locky book here. Okay, there is no locky book, but actually this is not the condition. You didn't have organized this place, because of which it is very difficult for your mother to find the book. Okay, so this is exactly what is happening here. Worker are complaining that all category of jigs tools are not available. Okay, tools were which are available also of those belongs to those product design which are outdated. Okay, means they are saying the exactly the items which is required, the jigs, the tools which is required to do the work is not available, is not there in your factory. They are saying this. Okay, the material, the jigs, the tools which is required to manufacture are either not there or they are outdated. Okay, they are old. This is the complaint of the worker, those who are actually working. This is the complaint of your mother. She is saying locky book is not in your shelf. Okay, compare it like this. Okay, now what happened next? Although the floor manager is of the opinion, instead of saying, now your father is there, your papa is there, and he is saying, instead of saying that the locky book is not there, ask him, ask your son that you didn't organize your place, your old book hidden your old book hide your new books. Okay, and that is why I'm not getting the book. Okay, you should speak like this, your father is saying this. Okay, now let us compare the same situation here. The floor manager is of the opinion, instead of saying tool are not available, okay, instead of saying mama, father is asking to your mom, instead of saying the book is not there, the locky book is not there, instead floor manager is saying, instead of saying tools are not available, it can be said they are not accessible. Okay, you cannot access that. It is there, but you can't access that, because worker pick the tools from the toolkits and toolboard but do not place it back after use. So father is saying this is your fault. Don't say that the book is not there, the locky book is not there. Instead of saying this locky book is not there, tell your son that your book, your locky book is not accessible to me. Okay, why? Because you do not place your book at right place. You do not put your locky book at right place. You do not place all your book at right place, because of which your book is not accessible to me. Okay. Your father is saying to your mom, ask your son to put all your things, all your books at right place. Same situation is happening here. The floor manager is saying, instead of saying that the tools are not accessible, okay, don't say that. Instead, ask your worker that you do not place your tools at the right place. Okay, this is what mentioned here. And hence it become difficult to locate such tools later on and identify by the workers with whom these may available. Okay, so you can see here the problem. Okay, this is the problem. I hope you can relate this problem with 5S methodology. Okay, you can relate this problem. Okay, so from just two paragraph, reading these two paragraph, I can relate that this question is related to 5S methodology. They have discussed the problem which is related to 5S methodology. After reading just these lines, we can conclude. Now, let us understand. This is what I have written at my own. So I'm removing these points. I will discuss this. On name of maintenance, see, in your book, though we have not discussed this topic, wherever the maintenance, the word maintenance of machine will come, wherever this word will come now, maintenance of machine, relate this with total productive maintenance. We have this concept. We will do this concept after doing this case study. Okay, we will do this question. Now, on name of maintenance department, on name of maintenance department, actually, for this, let me explain you something related to total productive maintenance. In total productive maintenance, what happened? You know that generally in lean system, what happened? The worker, they work in U-shaped cells, working cells, in which you place the machine together, A, B, C machine together, D, E, F machine together, G, H, I machine together. Now, what happened in this case? Only one person is responsible to handle these three machines. Only this person is responsible to handle this machine. Now, you should train this employee. You should train these employees to handle these group of machines. Okay, for this, you can provide them proper training that, see, before doing the production, first go and do the oiling, greasing, and cleaning of all machines so that the life of the machine will increase. Okay, if you will properly oiled, grease, and clean your machine frequently every day. Instead, they ask them to do this every day. So this will increase the life of the machines, and this will help to reduce the break machine breakdown. This will help you to reduce the machine breakdown. Okay, so this will come under preventive maintenance. Instead of creating a separate department for maintaining the machines, instead of creating a separate department for maintaining all these machines, it is very difficult. See, if I have employed just two engineers to maintain all these machines, it's very difficult for my engineers, just two engineers, to handle all these machines. Okay, in case of breakdown. So instead of instead of giving the burden on only just 2%, it's better to train all the employees, those who are actually working on those machines. Okay, I hope you understand. And this is all about total productive maintenance. We will discuss this more in detail. Okay, now because this concept is related to total productive maintenance, so we have discussed this. Now see, on name of maintenance department, there are only 2 staff members. See, so for the maintenance of all these machines, you have a separate department for maintaining these machines, and there are only 2 engineers sitting at this place to maintain these machines. Only 2 engineers are there to maintain all these machines. Okay, now see, let us see What else is mentioned here? Who are responsible for ensuring that every machines or equipment must be running in order and effective. So see, so what happened? This was a traditional cost management approach. That is why we keep on comparing both strategic cost management and traditional cost management. This is generally what happened in traditional cost management. We keep a separate department for maintaining all the machines, and whenever if there any breakdown happen, we call the engineer from the maintenance department to repair that portion of the machine. This is generally happen in traditional cost management. But what happened in strategic cost management? In strategic cost management, we are saying that instead of giving the responsibility of all the machine to only these 2%, give the responsibility to everyone, those who are working with machines. So every people, those who are doing work on the machine, provide them proper training how to keep the machine updated. Okay, this will help us to reduce the burden on these two engineers. Okay, so now they are talking about all these things. Let us read it. I hope you understand this. Okay, on name of maintenance department, there are only 2 staff member in maintenance department who maintain the machines, every machines and equipment, in order to help them to run nicely, okay, effectively. Due to shortage of staff in maintenance department, due to due to shortage of staff in maintenance department, requests for repair of plant are not handled with reasonable time frame, and same will result in deterioration of utility and many kind of ways. See, if what happened, if my these two engineer will not handle the maintenance breakdown, then what happened, that will increase the time of breakdown. Breakdown is again a type of waste. Okay, because during the repair time you will waste the time, and that time, with that time you will waste other resources. And what we are trying to do here in strategic cost management, we are trying to save the time, because if we save the time, we will save other resources and we will save the money, the cost. Okay, so they are saying that previously what happened, they have given the responsibility to 2% for maintaining all these machines, because of which whenever any breakdown happens, their work increases, and which reduces, which because of which many kind of wastage arises in the organization. These all things are written here. Okay, you can interpret all these things here. Now, even in some of circumstances, replacement become or remain only alternative. See what happened, sometimes they are saying that if any breakdown in the machine happen, you have to replace them, instead what we have discussed, that if it is better to maintain, to grease your machine, oil your machine, tight the loose button regularly. If there is any loose bolt, tight them. Okay, if you will maintain your machine regularly, this will help you to increase the life of your machine. Okay, so it is better, instead of putting the responsibility only on 2%, it is better to train everyone in your in your organization. See how beautiful strategies these are. Small things, generally we ignore all such things, but how beautiful these strategies are. Okay, so P Limited has a reasonable standardized operation. P Limited has reasonable. See, now why they are discussing the total productive maintenance in 5S methodology? What is the link between them, ma'am? Why they are talking about total productive maintenance in 5S methodology? Can you explain, ma'am? Yes. I want to explain this. See, for the implementation of total productive maintenance, if I want to implement this entire philosophy, the base of this entire philosophy is 5S methodology. You cannot do total productive maintenance in your organization before applying 5S methodology. Okay, so first step is to apply 5S methodology, then you can do total productive maintenance. And that is why they have discussed the point related to total productive maintenance. Okay, now let us read further. P Limited has reasonable standardized operating procedure for manufacturing the cycle. Now they have set the standards, some standards in the organization, but scenario is worse in case of assembly. Okay, so previously the system was quite better. when they were just manufacturing the cycles, but now since they are also manufacturing this motorbike also, because of which the place is now overcrowded, okay, and because of which more problems arises in the organization, and the previous standard is not effective now, okay. So hence key performance indicator are not established for all former. Okay, so now there is need to implement some new thing in the organization after the organization, the SPE Limited has entered in a new kind of business of manufacturing motorbikes. Okay, at P Limited, the attrition rate of, see, one more point is mentioned here. One more point is mentioned here. What more point? See, employee is not satisfied. The senior management is not satisfied with his work. See, it is written here, the attrition rate of senior management position is quite high. He's not happy with his work. And no formal hierarchy tree is established, which result in drastic shift in workplace culture. And because of it, see, it is very important for the employees to remain in the organization. Okay. So since there is attrition, the employees leaving the organization frequently, because of which no good workplace has established in the organization, no good workplace culture has been established in the organization. Okay, now one more point they are talking about, they are talking about the safety of the people, those who are working in the organization. It is very important now. Generally what happened in case of big manufacturing organization, you can see this in old movies, you can see that the accident of workers, this the accident of labor, those who are working with the machine, this happen very frequently. Generally this happen very frequently. You can see if in case, even in case of construction of metro, you can see that many of the worker, they get injured themselves while doing the works. Okay, so in case of manufacturing organization, safety of the people, those who are working with machine, is also very important. Okay, so now they are talking about the safety of the people, the man, those who are working with machine, and the material. They are talking about the safety of all those things. Okay, P Limited is on front foot, taking all reasonable care. Now the company wants to take all the cares for the people, those who are working for the machine, which is essential for the purpose of eliminating any possibility of workplace accident. So any kind of, they want to avoid the situation of workplace accident of the employees, accident of the worker, those who are working with the machines. Okay, they want to keep their workplace safe for the workers. Okay, but assembly line of electronic vehicle witnessed an accident recently. And recently what happened in assembly line, you know, the assembly line, in assembly line recently an accident incurred. Okay, now where one vehicle during the assembly, where what happened, one vehicle, it caught fire, and because of which it sorry, because wire set on, see, you can read all these points, because of the problem in the assembly line, some accident happened in the organization. Now see what happened after this accident, what happened in the organization. Post such incident, the CEO called for a meeting. The CEO of the organization, he called for a meeting with all the top tier executive of the organization, majorly including the production and operation. They call all the people, those who are involved in production and operation, and safety staff and maintenance staff, maintenance of plant and machineries, and store manager. They call everyone. Okay, everyone. See, they are calling the people, those who store the material. They're calling the people, those who maintain the staff, means the plant maintenance. Okay, the plant and machinery maintenance staff. Wait. I want to show this. The person who is responsible to maintain these machines, they call them. They call the storekeepers, the person who is responsible to store all these things, they call them. Okay, they call everyone. Okay, those who are doing the production, those who are involved in operating activity, everyone. Okay, now during the meeting, while the production and operation manager highlight, now the production and operation manager, they highlight some of the problem in the organization. Okay, and they propose to implement the 5S methodology. Okay, so they propose that if we will implement the 5S methodology, this will help the organization to improve. Now, what is the requirement of the question? CEO asked management accountant to be ready with report and presentation on 5S methodology. Okay, so now in the answer, you have to write a report, you have to prepare a report. Okay, see, in the question they are asking you to prepare a report. It's a 20 marks question. Remember, this is a 20 marks question, and it is very easy to write and to get 20 marks. Okay, which, okay, now in the report, what you have to highlight, you have to highlight all the 5S point you have studied. Okay, the 5S point you have studied. You are deputy management accountant and asked by him to prepare a case in form of report in favor of implementing or applying 5S methodology. Now, in this report, you should write why the organization should implement 5S methodology. In favor of implementation of 5S methodology, you have to write the report. Okay. And you will write the benefit of 5S methodology. So this is all about the question. Now, the requirement, I hope you understand the requirement of the question. The problem in the question, okay, the problem they are incurring in the organization, and the requirements. The requirement is to prepare a report, write everything about the 5S methodology, the benefit of implementing the 5S methodology, why the organization should implement the 5S methodology. Okay, and you can see here that they have mentioned you regarding not finding the equipment, tools, jigs which is required for manufacturing the goods. Okay, and they have discussed you about the total productive maintenance, and then they have discussed you with topic related to attrition of senior management, and then the safety of the workers, those who are working in the organization. Okay, so now let us see how to write the answer. Okay, is there any doubt related to the questions? We have done the reading of the question. Okay. Okay, there is a question. Let us first take all those questions. You can read this question again. See, understanding the question is very important. Writing the answer is very easy. Okay, but before writing the answer, it's very important to understand the question. So I expect this from all of you to read this question again. How to get 20 marks very easily in the examination. I expect all of you to read this question again. Okay, in between I'm taking your query. Okay, there are some questions. Let me read those questions. Ramya from Ramya. Ramya. Tiruvananthapuram, she is asking me, ma'am, total productive maintenance and total quality management are the same? No, beta. They are completely two different concepts. Okay. So total productive maintenance is completely different from total quality management. Okay. We will discuss about it in detail. Okay. Now, Kunal is asking from Mumbai, enlarge the document. See, if I will enlarge this document, then it will not cover the entire question. Okay. Let me do this for you. Okay. Read this question again. I want all of you to build a habit of reading. Okay. You should build this habit of reading. It's very easy to do all these questions, but you should build the habit of reading. Okay. Read this question nicely. Okay. And it's very easy to do this question. Remember this. Okay. Very easy to do this question. Okay, I'm taking your query. You can read this question again. 1 minute. Okay, so I think you can read it. Read it again. And in between, I'm taking your query. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Good. Okay, you can find this question. This question is related to Gold Star. Name is different. This question is May 2020 revision test paper. The question name P, instead of P Limited, the question name is Gold Star Limited. Okay. I hope the question is clear to all of you now. The question is clear to all of you or not? Tell me quickly. Question is clear? Shall we proceed forward? Tell me quickly. Shall we proceed forward? Question is clear to all of you? Okay, now let us do the solution. Okay, in this solution, since you have to write a report, you have to write this answer in the form of report. So first of all, you should write in the question report. You are preparing a report. Okay, addressing whom? Addressing the office of CEO. See, you can see here to whom you should address this report. See, CEO asks the management accountant to prepare a report. So the management is preparing the report for the CEO. The management is preparing the report for CEO. So the report should be addressed to CEO of the company. Okay. So the name of CEO, office of CEO, name of the company, date, the date on which you are preparing this report. Okay. Now, in this report, you have to write about 5S methodology, why the organization should implement this 5S methodology. Okay, you have to write about 5S methodology and why the organization should implement 5S methodology. You have to write it. Okay, so report is on aspects of 5S methodology, their benefits means their advantages. Okay, what are their expected advantages? Implementation of 5S methodology and what are their expected advantages? Okay, so see, you can see in the answer, you can see most of the points are written from your book. The theory which you have in your book, you can write it as it is. So it is important to learn the theory which you have in your book. Okay, you can write all those points here, the points which you have in your book. And for writing the answer, you can use the information written in the question. Okay, now, in this question, let us first read. In this question, they are using one more extra S, and that is why we have taken this question. See, generally what happened in case of 5S methodology, you have 5 steps. Okay, first is sort, then set in order, then cleaning, setting the cleaning frequency, then standardize, then sustain. These are the points we have in 5S methodology, but here in this question, they are talking about one more S. Though this is 5S, but they are talking about the sixth S, which is related to, the sixth S is related to safety of the people in the organization. Okay, the sixth S is related to safety. Okay, they have added one more S, which is related to safety of the people. So you should remember this point, that the safety of the people in the organization will come under 6S. This is the point not mentioned anywhere in your book. And that is why you have to learn this point. This is an extra point. Okay, we have here. So in the entire answer, you can see that they have written about the 5S methodology and their benefits. Okay, we will discuss this. And at the end, since the report is prepared by the management accountant, so the closure of report and the report is prepared by management accountant, the name of the management accountant and the name of the company. You can see. Okay, now the body of the report. Let us read how to prepare the body of the reports. Okay. Now let us see. See, first of all, they are talking about the implementation of 5S methodology. So we know the benefit of implementing the 5S methodology, how 5S methodology help us. 5S methodology help us to remove the uncovered problem. If you will organize your place effectively, then this will help you to find the uncovered problem because of which this accident happened in your organization. You don't even know the reason why the accident in assembly line happens. Why is this accident the vehicle caught fire in assembly line? You don't know even the reason. But for this, Such problem can be identified after the implementation of 5S methodology. So see what we do. We generally say that 5S methodology, we generally say 5S methodology will help us to find the problem which was unknown to us previously. Okay, so this will help to uncover the problems, okay, the hidden problems. Okay, now once you will find the hidden problem which was not known initially, after implementation of 5S methodology you will find the hidden problem. Then on the hidden problem you can do the continuous improvement, you can improve that thing. Okay, and this will come under Kaizen. Okay, okay, so first you will implement the 5S methodology. That 5S methodology will help you to find all the hidden problem you have in your organization. Now such problem can be improved in your organization by implementing Kaizens in your organization. Okay, so I hope you can relate these topics, how these topics are related to each other, and how this will be related to your total productive maintenance. We will relate it. Okay. Okay, now let us read further. Let us consider the point which we have in 5S methodology. Okay, so 5S is a scientific way of managing the workplace. Okay, in order to perform the work effectively, efficiently, and safely. Okay, safety is also very important. Safety of the people, those who are working in the organization. This is what we have already discussed. The 5S methodology was first introduced in Toyota production system, in Toyota company. Okay, okay, this is what we have discussed. Toyota production system, TPS is nothing but 14 principle, not in our syllabus. Okay, now for the implementation, this is also what we have discussed, that for the implementation of total productive maintenance, the organization want to implement total productive maintenance. It is written in the question that they want to implement total productive maintenance, not straight away. They have not written anywhere straight away that they want to implement total productive maintenance, but they talk about the machines. Okay, something which is related to machine, so it means that they want to implement total productive maintenance. And this is what we have discussed. In order to implement total productive maintenance, we should first implement 5S methodology in the organization. Okay, so this is what they have written, that if you want to implement total productive maintenance, you should first implement the 5S methodology. Write about it. Okay, all the points. First point is related to sorting. Sorting means identify the product which are frequently required, then identify the product which are not at all required, remove all the product which is all the components, all the equipment, jigs, anything which you have which do not required in the organization for the work. Okay, remove all such things from the organization. Okay, so in order to overcome the problem idle laying over material, what you should do the sorting not needed. You will categorize your product in the organization, not needed at all, product which is not at all needed, you put them as a red tag area, and wait for some time and then remove them from the organization. Not at all required item, then needed item but not now. Okay, then needed but not here at the place. Okay, then needed but not so much quantity, means categorize your product accordingly. Okay, then find what is required, how much required, when it is required, where it is required, like this. Ask them. Okay, such kind of question. Now red tag means the equipment which are unwanted. Okay, remove them from the workplace. Okay, remove such kind of things from the workplace. They have put the yellow tag to the things which are needed in the organization. Same way they can put some type of tag, okay, to the product. Okay, different kind of product, they can put some tags. Okay, generally they use red tag for the equipment which is not at all required in the organization, so that red means an alarm that we don't need it, remove it from the organization. So they put red tag to all unnecessary, unwanted things. Okay, so you should try to identify the scrap material, defective materials, obsolete material, unnecessary, extra, which is not at all required in the organization, or find all these things and remove them. Okay, remove all the equipment that are rarely used in the organization, remove them. then now you have only those equipment which is required in the organization. But yes, there are some equipment which are frequently required, there are some equipment which are less frequently required, there are some equipment which are required annually. Okay, so place them accordingly in your organization, set them order, okay, and then place them accordingly in your organization. Okay, so this is how this will help them. If you know that your locky book is in second shelf right side, you can easily ask your mom, please, give my locky book from the second shelf right side of the shelf. Okay, in this way you can easily ask someone to find that thing. Okay, anyone can easily identify that things. Okay, so the retrieval of the thing is very easy now. This will save the time and other resources of the organization. So this will help you to eliminate all other kind of waste. Okay, and ultimately this will save the cost. Okay, now opportunity to correct the abnormality faster. If there is any kind of problem, it will remove very fast. Okay, ultimately it will remove itself. Okay, and you can easily identify the place where there is problem and the improvement is required to be done. It's very easy now. If you have given the place for everything, now it's very easy to identify the problem you have in the organization, and you can work on that. Okay, with the help of Kaizen costing, now small improvement in the organization. Okay, so you can see how it's not just enough to implement Kaizen costing. For implementation of Kaizen costing, there is need to implement 5S methodology also. Okay, so you can see how these concepts are related to each other. Okay, now if you will place everything nicely, then it will save your space also. Okay, if you will keep your book on the shelf nicely, okay, and you place every book, you have given a place for every book. Now in this case, what happened, this will save your bookshelf area. Okay, the space in your bookshelf area, you can put more books even. Okay, and that will look not messy. Okay, so this will help you to save your space also, and this will help you to work more efficiently, because obviously you are saving your time here. Okay, then set the cleaning frequency. Okay, cleaning should be done by everyone in the organization. This is what we have already discussed. In the organization, everyone is responsible for cleaning the organization. So set the cleaning frequency in the organization, and it's responsibility of everyone, not just the cleaning person, a person who is responsible for doing the cleaning. Okay, so we will not appoint a person for doing the cleaning. Okay, every employee is responsible for cleaning. Remember. Okay, how interesting it is. You are going to the office and you are spending 15 minutes to clean your shelf, clean your table, clean your area around you. It's a good habit. Okay, set a cleaning frequency for all employee. Okay, okay, so this will come under prevention. See, we have already discussed in second chapter that in order to reduce the defect, we need high prevention. But if you want high prevention, you have to incur high cost. But now what we are talking, we want high prevention. But for keeping high prevention, we need to reduce the cost. Okay, we cannot afford to have high cost. Okay, so this is how, after implementation of 5S methodology, Kaizen costing, we are not just focusing on increasing the prevention in the organization, okay, which will help us to reduce the defects and all other kind of wastage. We are not just increasing the prevention, but also we are trying to find out the way to reduce the wastage. Okay, even though these are small changes, but one day these small changes will result in big impact. And that big impact we can find in Toyota production system. Toyota is I'm saying world's number one automobile company. So how they become world's number one automobile company? They are from the place of complete destruction after Second World War. Complete destruction. They don't even have place to store their material. They don't even have warehouses to store their material. Not enough employee to work. And even after facing all such situation, they are world's number one automobile company. So I think the strategy they have adopted are excellent, and we should try to find out, we should try to learn all those strategies. It's very important. Okay, you can see how strategic cost management is a very interesting, very important chapter. okay, where we were lacking actually. Okay, now see, after after doing this shine process, cleaning frequency, we have to set the standards. Okay, fix the responsibility of everyone in your organization. All the people fix their responsibility. Like mother, she will fix the responsibility of his son. Keep your book at right place. Similarly, fix the responsibility of everyone in your organization. Okay, and keep on check how well they are doing. Okay, like mother, always keep on check. Oh, you have not kept your locky book on right side. This is the place where you should keep your locky book, but you have not kept. Okay, so keep on check on your employee that they are doing their work. Okay, they are placing their material, their equipment at right place. Then sustain it, whatever you have done. Okay, standards you have created in your organization for the employee, sustain that. Okay, and it's a continuous process. Continuous process means a Kaizen costing. Okay, so means after 5S methodology, Kaizen comes. Okay, so it's a continuous process. Continuously you have to implement it, and continuously you have to improve your organization accordingly. Okay, so I hope you understand. And one more point, so 6S is not mentioned in our book, so please learn this. Okay, 6S is related to safety of the people and the worker, those who are working in the organization. So I hope this question is clear to all of you. Is it? Can you help? Can you tell me? Is it clear? Is it clear now? Please tell me, is it clear or not? Then we will take a break and we will come after the break. We can take a break. First, tell me it is clear to all of you or not. It's all clear. It's clear. Very good. You want break? You want break? See, there is power cut in my home. Okay. So that is why I didn't give you break. I want to cover as maximum topic as possible. So there is power cut. I'm using my battery light, and we have inverter. So I managed to do the session. So in case if you need a break, you can tell me. We can take a break of 5 minutes. Tell me you need a break. Let us take a break of 5 minutes. Then we will be back. And see, the next topic is very important. Very, very, very important. The topic next topic we will discuss is related to total productive maintenance. So don't leave the session. Okay. This topic is very important, very, 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 very important. And in examination, one question will definitely come from this topic. So please don't leave the session. Remember, okay? So please join the session after 5 minutes. Don't leave the session. Topic is very important. Okay, let us take a break. Let us take a break of 5 minutes. Audible or not, please? I'm live. Okay, I'm live. Okay, Kunal is asking me, ma'am, whether what are the chances of these kind of questions in examination? See, these questions in examination can come. Okay, you can see the papers which we have in new syllabus, the paper which we have in new syllabus, you can see all those papers, and you can see there such questions has already come in examination. Okay, you can see it. So such question can come examination, and remember, it's very easy to write answer of these questions. This is not at all a difficult subject. Remember, not at all a difficult subject is very easy, but try to understand the concept instead of try to learn the concept instead of cramming the concept. Like, we put some mnemonic, some short forms to learn the concept. Okay, instead of putting your efforts on learning the concept, try to understand these concepts. If you will understand these concepts, it's very easy for all of you to write it in examination. Okay, so I hope it is clear to all of you. 5S methodology is clear to all of you. Okay, and Kaizen costing is clear to all of you. Now let us understand what very important topic, total productive maintenance. Let us understand that. Okay, this is a very important topic, and we will understand this topic, and I will not take question related to this topic. Okay, I will expand this topic a little bit, and we will not take question related to this topic in today's session. Okay, and in tomorrow's session we will take the questions, and we have Six Sigma and business process re-engineering. That's it. Okay, that's it. These are the topic which we have in our syllabus. Now let us understand about total productive maintenance. So see, this was my assembly line. This was my assembly line. Okay, and my raw materials, for example, my cycle, I want to manufacture cycle, my finished good is cycle. Okay, the motorcycle or whatever, electronic cycle. Okay, I'm manufacturing that. Let us take motorcycle. I'm manufacturing motorcycle. Okay, now for the manufacturing of motorcycle, I have created these kind of cells. Okay, for my employee to work. Now it's very easy. See how the entire lean system work. Okay, how entire lean system work will come to end at this place. See how. First, I'm manufacturing the goods on pull processing. I'm manufacturing this in pull processing, just following the just-in-time system. I'm not storing the material in warehouse, not storing the finished good in warehouse. Okay, not storing it anywhere. Second thing, I have not kept the machine like A is this at this place, A is here, okay, B is here, C is here, not like this. What I have done, I have created working cells. Working cells means I have created group of machines. A, B, C here. Okay, D, E, F at this place. G, H, I, J at this place, K, L, M at this place, N, O, P at this place, Q, R, S at this place. So in this way, I have placed my machines. So see, I am trying to reduce, since lean means try to reduce all kind of wastage. So first waste, motion, I have eliminated them completely by placing the machine together. Motion is a kind of waste, eliminated. Uniform, this is a uniform cellular manufacturing, one by one, one by one, one by one. Since I'm manufacturing the units one by one, therefore the waiting time, I have eliminated the waiting time, the bottleneck activity and the waiting time eliminated. Okay, so these two wastage, we have removed these two wastage. Now since we are following the pull and just in time system, the inventory, storage of inventory, that wastage we have reduced, that wastage, inventory. Okay, what are more kind of wastage? Inventory and Over processing, see, I will not consider the over processing. Overproduction, yes, if I'm producing my goods following just in time system, it means I'm avoiding overproduction. Why I'm avoiding overproduction? Since I will produce only if there is requirement from the customer side. If the customer will order, since I'm working on pool processing system, it means that only if my customer will order, I will produce my goods. So there is no chance of overproduction. ठीक है? Can you write me 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 more kind of waste? Write me 3 more kind of waste. And tell me how we have removed those waste. Tell me 3 other waste and tell me how you can reduce all those waste after implementation of lean system, following the 5S methodology, following the Kaizen costing. Okay, how can we remove other 3 wastage? What are those 3 wastage? I haven't mentioned here. Tell me. I didn't mention here. What are those 3 other wastage? Tell me quickly. There is some delay in receiving your answers. Tell me, wastage. These are deadly wastage. And in lean system, we will manage our entire system, process, activities, all employees in such a way that all kind of those wastage, we will manage to remove them from the organization. Okay, tell me the remaining 3 wastage. Okay, defects. Okay, one answer is, ma'am, defects, scrap. Okay, defects and scrap. And scrap. And one more, over processing. And one more, transportation. See, transportation. Okay, these are all other 3 type of ways. See how we can improve these wastes. First, I will talk about transportation. Transportation means unnecessary movement of your material, and where this unnecessary motion generally happen. This happen generally in case of warehouse. If you forgot, you want me to show the picture? You want me to show the picture? Let me show you the picture of those wastage. See, motion of inventory, transportation, this generally happen in warehouse, and since we are following just in time system, pull system, so there are no chances of transportation kind of waste. Okay, over processing is nothing but all non value added activities. All any other kind of non-value added activities, we will try to find out all any other kind of non-value added activities, and we will try to remove that from the organization. And if the entire system, entire process, everything is so good, इनफैक्ट ना बच्चे भी चले गए, उन्हें भी ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. I'm live. Okay. Okay. We are so sorry. There was some technical problem because of which this video was freezed. Okay, so there was some technical problem. Now let us understand. I will not take the entire concept. Okay, total productive maintenance, because it's a very important concept, and I think there is some technical problem, some technical backend problem. So because of which I will not take total productive maintenance. We will take this topic in next session. It's a very important concept, so I don't want to skip this topic. Okay, but let us take an overview of everything, then we will revise this in next session. Okay, it's a very important concept. See here that we have talked about the 7 deadly wastage. Okay, we have discussed that if we will implement this entire lean system, means doing the production in assembly line. This is the assembly line we have created a working cells in which we are doing the production, and only one person is responsible for maintaining all these machines. Okay, now we have avoided motion, waiting, inventory, overproduction, transportation. Transportation means moving the material in warehouse. Since we are not doing the production by using the material from warehouse, we are not storing the material in warehouse, we are doing the production on just in time system. Buy the material as and when required. The supplier will drop your material straight to the production floor. If the material is required at this place, he will drop the material at this place. If the material is required at this place, the supplier will drop the material at this place. So the supplier will drop your material straight to the production floor. Okay, so this is how the production is happening. This is how you are receiving the raw material from the supplier. Okay, so I hope you understand that we didn't store the material in warehouse, so there is no chance of transportation of material inside the organization. Generally what happens, in case of big factory, they have big warehouses in which they keep lot of inventory, and they move their inventory from one place to another place, from one place to another place. This is a kind of waste which we have eliminated by not keeping the inventory in warehouse. Okay, we ask the supplier to drop the inventory straight to the production floor where it is required. See how beautiful these systems are. We have just changed the system of the organization, and how this will help the organization. Okay, this will help us to completely eliminate all kind of defects, okay, on which we have to rework. See, if we will produce defective units, we have to do rework on that. But in this case, what happened, even in case if any defect will incur, for example, I have received a defective raw material from the supplier, we can immediately identify that defects. Okay, and then we can reject that. Okay, or we can do the initial work on that. Okay, so defects, so that is why we have so said that in case of lean system, there is zero defects. I hope you understand why we are saying zero defects, because the system, the entire system is so good, so good. There is no chance of producing defective units. However, what we have discussed previously in second chapter, that if you want to have zero defective units, if you want to have in your organization, if you want to have zero defective unit in your organization, for that you have to incur high prevention. You have to incur high prevention costs. If you have high prevention costs, in such case what will happen, the defects will be less in the organization. But now we are talking that we are not just, we have created such a good environment, such a good working environment, okay, such a good system and process in the organization, that this will result in a very high prevention for not producing any kind of defects or scrap in the organization. Okay, and also not just doing that, not just giving high prevention in the organization, but also we have completely eliminated all these wastage from the organization, and this will help us to reduce the cost. So we are not just creating high prevention in the organization, but we are also reducing the cost. High prevention, less cost. How beautiful. We are not producing defective units now, zero defective units. How beautiful to implement lean system. I hope you understand. Okay, tell me whether it is a good system or not. Tell me. Okay. See, there was some technical problem, and that problem may arise again. So I will not take the total productive maintenance right now. Okay. This is a base. You can understand that after implementation of complete lean system in the organization, you will manage to reduce all kind of waste by just removing the non-value added activities from the organization. And you are not just removing the non-value added activities from the organization, reducing the cost of the organization, but now the entire system is so perfect, so good, that you are focusing only on the value added activities. You are just focusing on value added activities. Tell me, the entire lean system is clear now or not? Is there any doubt related to lean system? Please tell me. Okay, if you have any doubt related to lean system, you can ask me. You can ask me. Okay, if you have any doubt related to lean system, you can ask me. Okay, now let us take one question of just in time system. I'm taking this question, just in time system, and I will not teach total productive maintenance. We will start it with fresh session. Okay, since we have wasted time and there are chances of again some kind of technical problem, so let us do this question. Okay, just in time question. Okay, we have this question. This question is related to just-in-time system, lean system. Please read this question. Okay, read this question. We will do this question. Read this question. Read this question. Please read this question. If you have any doubt related to entire lean system, just implementing just in system, implementing uniform cellular manufacturing system in the organization, then implementing 5S methodology, implementing the Kaizen system. If you have any doubt related to any of these concepts, you can ask me question. Okay, you can ask me questions if you have any doubt related to any of the topic. Okay, now let us do this question of just-in-time system. See, let us understand this question. We have a question of May 2019 revision test paper, RTP. Okay. Revolution Limited has entered into a contract to supply component to a company which manufacture electronic equipments. Okay, expected demand of the component, is 70,000. So in just in time system, what we consider the exact demand, the actual demand of my dear customer, because the customer is king. Okay, so the actual demand of the customer is 70,000. Expected sale and production of these company, the sale of the company is this. Okay, and the variable cost incurred by the organization is this. Okay, the total fixed overhead are expected as 14 lakh for all the periods. Okay, the production manager has to decide about the production plan. They have two plans, plan 1 and plan 2. Now, what is plan 1? Let us understand. First plan, produce at a constant rate of 17,500 unit per annum. Sorry, produce 17,500 units per period. And since you are producing evenly, you are not producing the goods considering the demand of your customer. Generally what happened, we consider the demand of the customer, then accordingly we produce the goods. But in first plan, what happened, they are producing for every period they are producing 17,500 units. So obviously this is not a just in time system, this is not a full processing method. Okay, and so you have to store the raw material, and there might be need of storing the finished good. Okay, and for which you have to incur the carrying cost. Okay, you have to incur the carrying cost here. Okay, now next plan is to follow the just-in-time system pool processing method. For that, they have given you this information. These information are related to following just-in-time system. Okay, maximum capacity per period is normally 18,000. So this is their capacity, that for some period, for one period, they can produce maximum 18,000 unit. It can produce further 10,000 unit per period. Now after 18,000 unit, they can produce more 10,000 unit, but for that you have to pay overtime. Okay, and the cost of overtime is 30% of the variable cost. So this is the cost of what? Overtime. Okay, so what is the requirement of the question? The requirement of the question is to calculate the incremental production cost and the saving in inventory holding cost by just-in-time production system. Okay, and the next portion, you have to calculate the production cost in both the system and the saving which you have in both the system. Now then advise the company on the choices of plan. Which plan is better? Plan 1 is better or plan 2 is better? See, for in case of plan 1, you have to calculate the carrying cost. And in case of plan 2, you have to calculate the overtime cost. Okay, but in this question, this is what we have done one question which we have done in previous session. But in this question, we have some extra information. What extra information? The variable cost is not fixed. If you will produce 9,500 units, your variable cost will be this for period 1. For period 2, if you will your variable cost will be this. For period 3, the variable cost will be this. For period 4, the variable cost will be this. Okay, so here the variable cost is different. So in case if you will produce different unit, for example, in case of just-in-time system, I will produce the same unit as is the demand in the market. So in that case, the production at different time will be different. However, if I follow the traditional method in which they have mentioned produce 17,500 unit, so for that I will produce 17,500 unit here, 17,500 unit here at this place, 17,500 unit at this place, 17,500 unit at this place. So you can see what you can see that your variable cost, total variable cost will be different in both the situations. So here we have to consider that also. Okay, the total variable cost will be different. Okay, now let us do this question. Can you do this question? I'm giving you time to do this question. Think about it. You have to calculate two type of cost. First is carrying cost in old system and overtime cost in new system and variable cost in both the system. Okay, so these two type of costs which you have to consider. Now let us do this solution. Okay, let us do the solution. Calculation plan, I'm doing the calculation for plan 1, which is related to calculation of carrying cost. Okay, this is my doctor handwriting, sorry for that. Okay, so for period 1, for period 2, period 3 and period 4. Okay, we'll write the particulars here. Okay, now we have the opening inventory. If nothing is mentioned, opening inventory is nil. Okay, opening inventory is nil. Okay, then we are doing the production. Add production less demand or sale demand ठीक है, then you will get the closing inventory. ठीक है, and what will you do? You will calculate the average inventory. ठीक है, opening plus closing divided by 2, then you will multiply that with carrying cost, and the carrying cost is mentioned here as 6.5. ठीक है, so in this way you can get the carrying cost for all these 4 periods. You can calculate the total carrying cost accordingly. ठीक है, so you can see in the question the production is 17,500 for all periods. ठीक है, now you can see the demand in the market. What is the demand in the market? These are the demand we have in the market. Let us write it. These are the demand. ठीक है, 9,500, 17,000, okay, and 18,500 and 25,000. I hope it is correct. Okay, now first of all calculate the closing stock here. This will become opening here, then again closing. This will become opening here, then again closing. This will become opening here. Okay, I'm doing it quickly. We don't have enough time, so I'm doing it quickly. Okay, so closing, you can calculate this later on. Okay, so closing stock will come here as 8,000. So this will become opening at this place, 8,000. Okay, then you will get your closing stock 8,500 at this place. This will become opening 8,500 at this place. Then you will get your closing stock at this place, which is 7,500. Okay, and opening will come here as 7,500. Then the closing inventory will be nil. Okay, now you can calculate the average inventory. Average inventory means calculating the opening plus closing divided by 2. This will come here as 4,000. Opening plus closing divided by 2. Okay, so this will come as 8,250. Then opening plus closing, what will be this value? This will be 8,000. Okay, then again opening plus closing divided by 2. Okay, so this value will come as 3,750. Okay, now we have to calculate the carrying cost. Multiply these average inventory with carrying cost, you will get the total carrying cost. What will be the carrying cost after multiplying them with 6.5? You will get the total carrying cost for period 1 as 26,000. Okay, for period 2 as 5,3625. For period 3, this will be 52,000. For period 4, this will be 24,375. Okay, so the total carrying cost you will have here will be 156. Very easy. This is what we have done in previous session also. Okay, very easy. Now the next, plan 2. Let us consider the plan 2. The plan 2 we have. This is the plan 1 we have. Let us consider the plan 2. Plan 2. In case of plan 2, what happened? What is the demand? What is the sale? We will consider that. Okay. Period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4. Okay. What was the demand? And what units you are producing? Okay. And since it is a just-in-time system, you will produce the same unit as is the demand in the market. So the demand is given here. These are the demand in the market. Okay. So accordingly, we will produce the same units. Okay. So 9,500 is the demand. We will produce 9,500 units. Okay. 17,000 is the demand, and so we will produce 70,000 units. 18,500 is the demand, and so we will produce 18,500 units. Okay. Now the next for period 4, the 25,000 is the demand. Okay, and we will produce 25,000 units. No, not 25,000 units. Not 25,000 unit. Not 80,500 units, because we can produce maximum in case of just-in-time system. You know that we can produce maximum 18,000 unit. It is mentioned here that you can produce maximum 18,000 unit, not more than that. And if you want to produce extra 10,000 unit, 28,000 unit, it means you can produce up to 28,000 unit. If you want to produce extra 10,000 unit, for that you need to incur extra carrying cost. Okay, so Here we can maximum produce 18,000 unit. So we cannot produce this 500 unit at this place. If you want to produce this 500 unit, you have to incur overtime. 18,000 at this place. And if you want to produce extra unit 7,000, you have to incur carrying cost. Sorry, overtime cost. Ticket is mentioned that in case of just-in-time system, you can maximum produce 18,000 unit, and if you want to increase your production, you can increase it beyond 18,000, up to you can increase this production up to 10,000, but for that you have to incur 30% extra variable cost. Okay, which is because of the overtime, obviously. Okay, so the extra overtime cost is 30% of variable cost. Now you can see in the question, variable cost for different period is different. For this period it is different, and for this period it is different. So you can calculate the 30% of this amount and 30% of this amount. This is the extra money which you are paying for these 500 unit and 7,000 units. Okay, so the 30% of this amount will come as 9.75, and 30% of this amount will come as 10.50. I will consider these values. Okay, 9.75, 9.75 and 10.50. 9.75 and 10.50. So our overtime cost will come here as 4875 at this place, and what, 73500 at this place. So the total overtime cost is what? You can tell me, can you tell me? The total overtime cost is what? 78375. So let us first compare. At this place the cost is more. In old system the cost is more. At new place the cost is less. But we can't take decision considering just these two things, carrying cost and overtime cost. We have some more information in this question, so we have to consider that, and we should take our decision accordingly. More information. What more information we have in this question? The information we have here is related to the variable cost. You can see here the variable cost is different at different period, and we are doing the production of different unit in different periods. Okay, so let us consider the plan 1 and plan 2 together, and considering the production which we are doing. Okay, plan 1 and plan 2. The production which we are doing in plan 1 and plan 2, period 1 2 3 4 ऐसे ले लेते हैं, P1 period 1 period 2 period 3 period 4. Okay, and the variable cost, let us consider the variable cost also. 32.5. The cost here is 30. The cost here is 30, 32.5, and P4 the cost is 35 here. Okay, the cost is 35 here at this place. So these are the costs which we have for period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4, variable cost. Now, in case of just-in-time, in case of plan 1, what we are doing, we are producing 17,500 unit evenly. We are producing 70,500 unit evenly. It is mentioned in the question. We are doing the production of these units evenly. Okay, I think, yeah. While in case of just-in-time system, you are producing these units. 9,500 for period 1. 9,500 for period 1. Okay, then 17,000 for period 2. Okay, then 18,500 for period 3. Then 25,000 for period 4. This is our production for plan 2 just-in-time system. This is a just-in-time system. This is a traditional method. Okay. Now, we can multiply these variable costs with this unit, variable cost with this unit, variable cost with this unit, variable cost with this unit. Again, the variable cost with this unit, variable cost with this unit, variable. So in this way, we can find the total variable cost for each period. Okay. And then we can calculate the total variable cost which we are having from plan 1 and total variable cost from plan 2. Okay. So this value is here 525. Okay. Then 525, then 568750, then 612500. Okay. Now here 285. Okay. Here 510. Then here 601250. Then here 875. So the total cost which we are incurring here is 2231250, and at this place the total variable cost for all period is 2271250. So you can see here that the total variable cost in place of just in time system is more than the total variable cost in case of traditional method. How much? 40,000. Okay, so the total cost in case of plan 2 is 40,000 more. So we can add this 40,000 at this place. So in this way, we can get the total cost which we are having. Okay, you can tell me the answer. 78,300. Can you give me the answer? In the place of just-in-time system, the total cost will become what? 118,375. This will be our total cost. Okay, which is obviously less than the traditional total cost. है ना? So financially, it is good to implement just-in-time system, because even after considering these variable cost and overtime cost and carrying cost, after considering everything, we can conclude that even financially it is better to implement just-in-time system. Okay, non-financially it is also better to implement just-in-time system, but financially also it is better to implement just-in-time system. I hope you got this point. Is it clear? Oh, wow, you are watching. I thought you have left the session. Okay, now you can ask me question. It's very easy question. You can see the questions in your syllabus are very easy. They are just lengthy, and you just need to read them very carefully. Read your questions very carefully. Everything is written in your question. Okay, in your book, everything is there. You just need to consider. You just need to understand the concept and read the questions, the case studies, case scenarios which you have in your syllabus. Read them very carefully. And after doing all these things, it's very easy to solve these questions. Okay, the subject is very easy, and I don't know whether it is easy for you or not, but yes, it is very important subject. The change which we have in our syllabus is very important. Okay, you have given me the answer. Now tell me, financially, non-financially, tell me whether implementation of just-in-time system, pool processing method, financially it is good. We have concluded. Non-financially, tell me whether it is good or not. Tell me non-financial. Always try to give your answer like that. Yes, in short term this is good, but in long term this will be good. Means give your answer in diplomatic way. I hope you understand after studying all these 3 chapters that you should not write your answer in straight away way. Okay, give your answer in diplomatic way. For example, in this question, before giving the answer, don't just consider the financial perspective, consider the non-financial perspective. So financially this proposal is good, financially implementation of just-in-time system is good. Now tell me that whether non-financially implementation of just-in-time system is good or not. Tell me, I'm waiting for your answer. Give me the answer. Non-financially, tell me whether it is good or not. See, there is a question from Sandeep Juneja. He's asking from Hyderabad. He's asking that, ma'am, time availability of supplier of raw material, timely availability of supplier. See, we have already checked everything in lean system. We have already evaluated all the supplier, and we are buying the raw material in the market. We are buying the material from the best supplier, the supplier who have very good feedback from all the customers. So if any supplier have good feedback, it means that he will provide you timely delivery. Timely means exact date, time, and straight to the production floor. We are not expecting our supplier to drop the material on factory gate. We are expecting our supplier to drop the inventory straight to the production floor where it is required. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, so don't ever think like whether the supplier will supply the good quality of material or not. If he will not supply the good quality of inventory, then obviously it will result in defect. Don't think like that. Okay, we will select the best supplier. In case of just in time system, our first step is to find out the best supplier. Then we will send our engineers to the supplier place to check everything, whether everything is good or not. Okay, so we will satisfy ourselves by considering the best supplier, sending our engineer to the supplier place to check everything, whether the process of supplier is good or not, whether the supplier will supply us the best quality product on exact date and time or not. Okay, you can ask me more question. If you have any question in your mind, you can ask me. If you have any, it's good to implement just in time system. Okay, Chavi from Haryana, she is saying, ma'am, it's good to implement just in time system. Okay, thank you. Okay, see, we have studied so many things, so many reason to implement just in time system, lean system, so many reason. So non-financially, obviously it is very good to implement just in time system, and we have so many reasons. Though if you will read these lines, you will find some limited points which will, with the help of which you can conclude that yes, implementation of just in time system is good. But we have studied so many things. Okay, not just these points. You can write even more points. Okay, I hope you can write even more points in answer. Any other doubt? If you have any other doubt, you can tell me. And it's my request to all of you to please give feedback. Okay, it's good to give feedback so that the faculties can improve more. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can ask me more doubts. Otherwise, it's time to say bye-bye. If you have any doubt, I'm waiting for you to give me your doubt. Send me your doubt. I know there is some delay in receiving the doubts. So if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I'm waiting for you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. If you have any doubt, ask. Okay, I think there is no doubt. Let us finish this session, and next session is very important because we will discuss the total productive maintenance, which is very, very, very important concept. Okay, so tata, bye bye, good night.